Hello HTCA families. We are so excited to welcome the children back for in-person 5-day-a-week instruction beginning on Monday, August 31st for kindergarten through 8th grade and Tuesday, September 8th for our pre-K. At this time, I would like to provide you with the opportunity to see our protocols in action for a safe reopening. When you arrive to school in the morning, whether it be by bus or with your family, you must be masked. You will wait on the appropriate blue crosses here on the sidewalk to promote social distancing. Upon entering the building, you will have your temperature checked by our new nurse, Nurse Bree, and Mrs. McLiverty. Let's walk that way and I'll show you how it'll happen. Students will enter this area and wait their turn until Mrs. McLiverty or Nurse Bree calls them in. While they are masked in this area, their temperature will be taken. If their temperature is above 100.4 degrees, they will immediately be turned around and given back to their parents. However, if they take the bus, they will go to our isolation room where they will wait until a parent can be called for them to be picked up. Once their temperature is taken and they are cleared to enter the classroom, again remaining masked, they will walk through the main doors where they will be greeted by Mr. Paul, who will direct them in the appropriate fashion. The mask should be worn in all common areas such as hallways and stairwells. It should be worn like this. I'm taking my mask off so that you can better hear me, but please be advised that all students will keep their mask on until they get into their classrooms. At each of our entryways, whether it be the main doors, the playground area, or over by the breezeway doors for after-school club, there will be hand sanitizing stations. Please note that this hallway is now a two-way hallway so that students can come back and forth in both directions. All water fountains this year are closed off for student use, so students must bring a disposable water bottle with them each and every day for drinking purposes. During the arrival times when our doors opened at 7 a.m., students may go in either direction of this hallway to get to their classrooms. However, once school starts at 7:30, this hallway, as well as upstairs, becomes one way. And you can only go to the right. I will show you how that looks as we walk through the remainder of our building. When you come through this hallway, our isolation room is now what you used to know as the nurse's room. This is where students who are sick will go to await pickup by a parent or guardian. Our bathrooms have also been marked for social distancing purposes, which includes the closure of sinks as well as stalls, so that no more than a few kids at a time can be in the bathroom. All teachers will schedule 2 bathroom breaks as a class each and every day for their students. If a student needs to go to the bathroom beyond those classroom breaks, the teacher will call down to the office for an adult to come and escort that student to the bathroom and supervise them to ensure that classes are not mixing and to be able to provide a safe environment as possible for our students all of the time. There is signage throughout our building indicating social distancing, 6 feet distance, as well as proper hand washing and mask wearing. Our general nurse's office will now be in one of our old pre-K classrooms, which is separate from the isolation area that will allow for the Nurse Bree, to provide care to our students. As I said, this is now a one-way hallway once 7:30 comes into being, and we are walking in the direction as the signs indicate. Our playground this year will only be utilized by our pre-K students at the beginning of the year in order to have proper sanitization throughout the course of the day on it. We are now going to move upstairs, where I will show you a socially distant classroom and speak more about what will go on during the child's class day. You will notice in our hallways that our lockers will no longer be used for storage for student materials, nor will closets in classrooms. So once a student comes into the building, is cleared to go into their classroom, they will continue to move to their classroom with their mask on. Once in the classroom, the student will move to their assigned seat. At their assigned seat, once they are seated and facing forward, they may remove their mask. All of their personal belongings need to be in their backpacks and be able to hang on the back of their chairs at this time. All of our classrooms are air conditioned with the vents pointing in the appropriate direction to avoid the spread of germs. Teachers will take the students out for recess at least once a day so that they can experience the fresh air. We will keep windows open as much as possible, and teachers will go outside with the students as much as possible, sometimes even for actual class activities. While at their desks, the students can keep their mask off and receive direct instruction from the teacher, who will be masked throughout the day. Once 6 feet distance is compromised, a student must put on their mask. So, if a student has a question and a teacher must go to their desk, the teacher will remind your student to put their mask on. If a student needs to work closely with another student, again, masks must be worn. In addition, we do have plexiglass partitions for desktops so that there will be an extra layer of barrier between students and teachers who need to work closely together. While at recess, students will also keep their masks on so that they can play more closely together. During the course of the school day, students will remain at their seats for instruction. They will eat lunch in their classroom. So I ask and remind you that they must have a disposable lunch with a disposable water bottle that can be thrown out to eliminate the need to bring things back and forth from home to school as much as possible. Specials at this time, such as art, music, and phys ed, will not occur. However, Spanish will. Mrs. Vincent will go into each of the classrooms for Spanish instruction so that there is no need for students to move around during the course of the day and can be self-contained in their classrooms. So too in our middle school, teachers will move class to class and students will stay in their classroom and assigned seat throughout the course of the day. We will continue walking down our one-way hallway and go back downstairs where I will explain the after-school program and dismissal procedures. Come, I'll meet you there. And here we are, back on the main level of our school building. After-school program will occur as it always has, from dismissal time until 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Students will be based in the 3rd grade and 2nd grade classrooms according to their ages. Students, when they are picked up from the after-school program, will be picked up as they always have, with parents coming to our breezeway doors. They will ring the bell and a supervisor from our program will come to them for sign out and to bring their child to them. At no time should any parent enter into the building or go into the after-school club rooms. This is to ensure that we keep contamination and exposure as low as possible. And just a reminder, in order to use the after-school program, you must pre-register before the first day of school, and those forms can be found on our website under the Parent tab. As we continue on, I will talk to you now about our dismissal procedures. Students, as I have said over and over, will remain in their classrooms. When it is time for dismissal, all students will have to put on their mask and keep them on until they are out of the building. Students who take the bus will be gathered up by an adult in the building and be brought to the gym, where they will be seated by bus number in a socially distant fashion and await their time to be called for the bus. All other students will remain with their classroom teacher masked in the classroom. Once all of the bus students have been dismissed, we will then begin to call class by class for dismissal. We will begin with the 8th grade. And I do ask your patience and cooperation as we work through this protocol, because it will take longer than normal at the beginning of the school year to ensure this safety measure. Siblings will not be dismissed together, so parents will have to wait until all classes are called if they have multiple children in our building. But once you do have your children, we kindly ask that you please leave the parking area and school lot as soon as possible to avoid crowding and to promote social distancing. Throughout the school day, classrooms will be cleaned on a regular basis with your children and their school teacher. In addition, Mr. Paul will also be using our hydrostatic machine to clean classrooms. And then finally, we do have a commercial grade cleaning company who comes in after school hours so that they will clean again. This is very important to note, particularly in our after school program, because we do need you to be conscious of pickup at 6 o'clock, because it is after that time that we are able to fully sanitize the building each and every day. We are back at the nurses' room. I sent you an email regarding a new program we will have here at HTCA called My Catholic Doctor. This is a service that we are able to provide for those parents who would like to use it to help ensure the safety of your students in the event they are sick. You will work with our school nurse in order to use the program, and it is available to you at any time. We have come back to our two-way hallway. This hallway where students can go back and forth in either direction as noted on the floor. You will see that our school lobby is no longer a place for gathering. All furniture and carpet have been removed so that there is less furniture and contamination here in the front end of our building. As a result, parents are not permitted in the building whatsoever unless they have made an appointment. You no longer have the opportunity to just ring the bell and come to the school office. Rather, you need to call from your car to see if there is availability and to make an appointment if necessary. That also means no lunches can be dropped off for students, no sneakers, no homework. We need to ensure that these strict protocols are followed, again to ensure the safety of all of those in the building, students, faculty, and staff. We look forward to a wonderful school year here at HTCA and know that you will support us and cooperate with us in our efforts to keep everyone safe. Please review these protocols with your students, with your children, so that together we can keep everyone safe together. Have a great school year.